Hi everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the FRA podcast. Today I've got a really exciting guest with us. This is Charlotte. Charlotte previously studied with us at the FRA on one of our level 3 courses, and now she's had such an amazing journey since leaving, and she's here today to talk all about it and also how her FMP is now a business of hers. So, hello Charlotte, welcome. So I want to start all the way at the start when you found out about the FRA, joined the FRA. Mm-hmm. So what year was that, things like that?
Cool. So I started in 2020. Mm-hmm. I finished my GCSEs. I was kind of set at just going to my local college, which never excited me. I always hated school. And I actually found it really, really late on. I think it was kind of June or July, like in the summer holidays.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I saw Grace and Grace's video.
Yes.
And they were in the year above me. I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. So I went onto the website, did an online chat with whoever I did an online chat with. I was like, I need to come. And they were like, it's not too late. So I just applied and then got in and then...
Wow, so had you always been interested in fashion?
Yeah.
You mentioned you're really creative, so did you know that from quite young?
Always creative, and I studied business in school, but they'd never do anything like fashion-y or anything like that. But I've always, I've just been drawing dresses and creative things like that, and I just love it.
So did you have any, confusion between going for the retail and going for the design course?
I think I'm creative, but not in the way of making things.
Right,
I definitely can do that. I like kind of the behind the scenes and the making of something behind like that. I always wanted to do the business bit, and it was such a good mix. You kind of did touch on design in a way. But it was such a good mix of everything.
I suppose now we have the level 3 visual communications and styling. Is
probably
that probably
been,
what you would have thought? That was exactly what you wanted to do? So how did you find level 3?
It was so good. Did so much. Looking back, you just can't even imagine all the things you did. I loved that it was coursework because, again, you can just do all your creativity.
Yeah.
You can just go with whatever you want to do. And people coming in, the access that the FRA has to people and brands is so valuable.
Yeah.
I put so many things on my CV, when we had Skinny Dip come in, we've done different projects for things. And it's just so valuable. So that was definitely one of my favourite bits.
So did you have any favourite modules when you went into level 3? Did you know anything about buying, anything about marketing, or did you just go in completely fresh minded? You didn't know what to expect?
Yeah. And obviously studied business, so I kind of knew bits about that, but I did not know a single thing. And
I think that's fine though. I didn't know. I had no idea buying existed. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, but I think it's so good because everyone's coming in from the same position.
Yeah,
no one knows anything, and no one knows anyone either. So it's really nice that everyone's kind of starting at the bottom.
Was there a particular project that made you sort of think, yeah, I really enjoy buying?
Oh.
And can you even remember? I know it's probably a while ago.
I know, it's such a long time ago.
But is that where you discovered your love for buying through the projects?
Yeah, definitely. It kind of confused me at the start.
Yeah.
But you just get taught so much. But I loved doing the CADs and the research on the trends.
Yeah.
And in the library and stuff, we just had so much access to things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And trips that you take. So, yeah.
Any reason you didn't go for merchandising?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just liked the element of going out, researching, figuring out what will work, and then the technical side of it. Kind of
I feel
the
buying
numbers.
is such a long, big process, isn't
you kind
it?
of do
and there's
everything.
A reason for everything. It's really strategically laid out. So overall, you had a great experience. What about friends? Did you meet loads of friends here? Did you come here totally alone?
I came totally alone. My journey is 2 hours, so it is quite a long journey, and no one in my area was coming. But I made so many good friends. The whole group was so nice. Everyone was lovely. Everyone got along. Just made some really good
So as you were getting to the end of your level 3, were you thinking, right, do I want to go into full-time employment? Do I want to do university?
Yeah.
Were you going to stay on and do a level 4? How did that sort of come about?
I think I definitely thought about the level 4 for the extra year, but I don't know, there's always been the part of me that's not really liked the learning and being told what to do.
Yeah, you just want to get
even
out
though you're
and
doing
earn money.
employment. Yeah. But there was always just kind of wanted to get out and work and get experience. because it's so hard. And even though that kind of puts you behind in a sense you've not got another degree, it kind of put me ahead because I'd built up more experience than other people might have had.
Did you find when you finished the level 3, you're 18, did you find that you might have been at a bit of a disadvantage looking for jobs because you hadn't really, I take it when you were at college, did you have like a part-time job that went
I worked
alongside
in retail at River Island, so that was good, just like still in the industry.
So was finding like a full-time, were you looking for buyer's admin assistant role?
Looking for the jobs in fashion, but the industry was so hard at that point because it was coming out of the pandemic. Right. So I couldn't find anything in fashion, but I found a local marketing job. Oh, okay. At New Builds Development. Right. I don't know what I was doing. But even
experience is experience.
Yeah, exactly. And it taught me so many things that I used in different roles and also my business as well. Right. So I definitely think it put me behind in that sense, but I still got the experience.
So let's talk about your journey since leaving the FRA. So you went into a marketing role, not in fashion, but still gave you experience. Yeah, exactly. How long were you there for?
I was there for just over a year.
Wow.
Yeah, quite a long time. Yeah. And then October 2023, so last year, I landed the job at Boohoo Group, which is the buying role. I was not there for very long because I come across the role in the luxury fashion business, which is where I am now.
I see, yeah.
And that just felt so much more right for me because, I don't know, the ethos of the company and sustainability is quite a big thing for me and something I'm constantly trying to be improving. So yeah, that role just fits so much more in place with me and I can learn so much more. I'm doing a bit of everything now.
Literally a bit of everything.
Yeah, I'm still doing the buying aspects, which is really, really good.
Yeah. Would you recommend a role like what you're doing now for like young people who are leaving the FRA because you just get you're exposed to so much?
Literally everything, like bits of designing. We do like designing the shapes of whatever we're selling, the prints, a sell to wholesale clients. There's like the sales aspect, and then also the marketing with Instagram, socials, email marketing, everything.
Wow, that is crazy. I can't
insane.
Believe it's just a 2-man company that
is so busy.
Out of this world. Do they plan to expand?
Yeah, definitely. Once it's growing, just keep growing up like that, really.
And how old is the company?
It's 15 years. So over lockdown, it kind of had to decrease a bit. So yeah, we're just still in the process of building that back up.
Oh, that's great. But so you definitely feel like small company is the way to go. Definitely. Because obviously you've experienced a massive company like Boohoo. And did you feel like you couldn't have progressed? I know the sustainability aspect maybe didn't match your values, but if that wasn't a thing, did you also feel like you couldn't progress much because they were so big?
I think it is definitely slower in that sense. And I think in this industry, it's so much more common to move from company to company to get that progression. Like the turnaround of people coming in, like you'd see so many new faces all the time, people starting and going. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's go on to the interesting bit, which is your FMP. So I'm sure you guys know that your FMP is what you do at the end of your level 3, and it's basically the deciding factor of your grade. So talk me through how you approached that.
I actually can't remember what the task was. Right, okay. But I think it was just to basically come up with an idea and make it.
It probably hasn't changed. When I did mine, it was you either come up with a product or a service. Yeah.
Okay,
and
fine.
The FMP has so much more freedom. You can sort of take whatever route you want because you've learned about buying, marketing, merchandising. You kind of take that route, which is what you like. So I take it you did probably a bit of buying.
Yeah, kind of a bit of everything. Yeah. So the original idea of it was a capsule wardrobe subscription. So sort of like any subscription, you'd sign up to it and you'd get your capsule wardrobe sent out to you.
That's crazy.
Often.
I love that.
Yeah, really cool. I still need to get to that point with it. But yeah, with the project, I made a website, I set up socials, I did invites for events and things like that. I didn't kind of use the buying aspect in terms of
it was more just like a launch. It was like a product launch. Okay. When you did your FMP, did you have any idea that you were actually going to want to launch this?
I don't know. At the time, like doing it, I I don't think I ever thought of it like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I've always kept my final print out.
Right.
It's just stuck in my drawer, and every time someone comes around, my mum's showing everyone, like, oh, look at this. I'm like, oh, I should probably do something with it. But yeah, I never thought I actually would.
So what made you do something with
I don't know. I always think, like, imagine someone else did it.
Yeah.
I'd be so annoyed. Obviously, there's so many things like it, but kind of like my stamp on it. If someone did something similar, I'd be really annoyed. So
Okay, so that is where For the Seasons came about. That's amazing. So talk me through how you start a business.
Yeah,
like
okay.
that.
Right, so...
Because you were completely inexperienced.
And never set anything up
you
before.
just jumped straight in and you were there. So I suppose with the F&P you had quite a lot already, like that's a good foundation. Yeah. But how the hell do you carry on from there?
So with the F&P, obviously you do so much research. So I had all of that, because it was kind of 2 years on. I just kind of went back to it and updated it, made it more relevant to what I was going into. So I kind of used the same format of the final hand-in.
Mm-hmm. And you were doing this in your spare time, in evenings and stuff?
Yeah,
you were still
exactly.
working full-time at this point?
Yeah, so just doing it gradually. It's like a passion project sort of thing. And I built the website myself, which took a long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that was kind of skills that I picked up along the way as well. But yeah, I think, I don't know, just...
So it went to the website.
Yeah.
Then social media?
Yeah, social media is like all the handles. I'd bought my domain, every single thing like that I'd have the whole time.
Okay.
So I've been paying for this domain for like 4 years.
Wow, so you bought that before you'd even...
Yeah, I bought it for the project.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh
so
gosh.
everything like that I'd already had, which was good. So no one had taken it at that time. I don't know, I think I started, once I knew that it was kind of going somewhere, I registered it on Company's House, like all this stuff. I'm just like, what is this?
How did you know all of this?
I know.
Did you have anyone helping you? Like anyone that you know started a business, or was it literally you were just doing all
just kind of research? Yeah, there's a few different brands that I kind of follow, smaller startups. I think looking out for those and just seeing what they're doing with their journey.
Right.
There's so many people like Grace Beverley. She's really good. She kind of talks about the behind the scenes and everything, like the whole process.
Yeah.
So I really like people like that. Yeah, I think just...
So you recommend having people to sort of look up to?
Always ask for help. Like, I hate asking for help, but it's necessary.
And who is it? You don't necessarily have to ask people in fashion for help.
No,
it's
exactly.
just anyone in business,
like
isn't
certain
it?
things, people, it will help in any other way. So, yeah.
So everything in your F&P, did you, like you kind of had said this, but you had to go back and add a whole lot more because you were going like, this is serious. Now I actually am going to do this.
Yeah, so just updating it, the research, like who do you really want to target, who do you actually see buying it, and even since doing it, it's always changing. Like you're still learning. Yeah. Like the direction that I thought it would go in has definitely already changed.
Really? Okay.
Like just seeing who's interacting with it and seeing what interest is coming from where.
Okay, so talk me through the business. I want to know.
Okay, so it's essentially just a virtual personal styling business. So you can go online, you can pick whatever package. We've got capsule wardrobe services, which is my favourite to do. Yeah. And it's definitely the most popular as well. Yeah. Or you can just go in for a certain outfit, like if you've got an event coming up. Yes. Do anything like that. And also getaway for your whole holiday or a city break or something like that.
Wow, okay. And it is you designing all the outfits. So say I'm a customer and I've gone, right, I need help with my capsule wardrobe. I would come to you and what would I say? Do I tell you the clothes that I've already got? Yeah. Do I say, do you recommend me things to buy?
So once you purchase the package, you'll get sent a style quiz, which is everything. And we've had good feedback from that, like, it's a really good way to get everything down.
Yeah, definitely.
And think of things that you wouldn't actually think of.
Also quite fun and probably interactive.
Yeah, exactly. So asking things like, what do you already have? What do you want to use in your outfits or wardrobe? What do you feel good in? What do you not feel good in? Colours, skin tone, like literally everything.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of just go off from that. And if there's anything more I need, then I'll just get in touch.
Right.
But yeah, it's a really good way to do it virtually.
Okay,
you don't have to speak to anyone.
And then what would you give me, essentially?
So you get your look lookbook via the email, and then you get all the links to shop every single piece.
And would I tell you my budget, essentially?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's one of them as well. So it'll stick within that, and yeah, it'll just be completely styled to you. So
what like customers have you had so far?
As I said, like I kind of aimed it to be for a younger market, and I wanted to make it more accessible because personal styling, you think celebrities, kind of an older generation. So I did want to make it into a younger thing, and it definitely is, but not as young as I kind of aimed for.
Okay. How young were you talking?
So what originally?
Yeah, what did you want?
I think kind of like 18 to 25-ish.
Yeah. I think it's when you're doing something like that, having your target customer as like you yourself is the easiest thing, because you know what people your age want. So would you say your audience is
just slightly older? Right. Like edging 30s.
Do you think that's because of the money?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a thing. I have made it as accessible as possible with the price point. I think, I don't know, I think the younger market today definitely needs more convincing. Like, I don't buy anything, like, out of nowhere, like, need convincing. But yeah, I think we will get there eventually.
How did you work out your pricing? Did you, if this isn't really a thing, where did you get your competitor research from?
Okay, so it is hard because you're not selling something, like I've not bought anything to then sell off.
You're just selling your services.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of looked around at different kind of ideas around this, and they were just really expensive, and I just didn't want to do it. And it's something I really enjoy doing as well. Like, I know you need to be making money, but I just like, I'm not giving it away, but just
so
a kind of middle ground.
What are your prices?
So for a startup capsule wardrobe's 80, and it can go up to £200 for your entire wardrobe.
So what does the £80 package include?
So that's for the seasonal top up. So you've got like your basic bits, and you just want seasonal, if it's autumn, winter, like knitwear, things to elevate. So do
you do outfits, or do you do tops?
So we do, for the capsule wardrobes, you do, or I do, the lookbook, so all of the pieces laid out that you would get for your wardrobe. And then for the outfits, we do full on outfits, but you can also add on outfits to the wardrobe. Oh, it's very confusing.
No, I'm getting it. I'm totally getting it. It sounds great.
Yeah, so it's a good mix. And then for just an event outfit, it's just £30.
Okay. That is really reasonably priced, I think.
I think it's hard because you then have to go and pay for the clothes as well. But yeah, I kind of wanted to give a middle ground for everyone and make it as accessible as possible.
I think that's really good. What are your next steps for your business?
So obviously the original idea was a physical service sort of thing, so sending it out.
So is that designing your own clothes?
I'd love to do that.
I was going to say, that's great.
But first I think
you'd have to have loads of clothes though, wouldn't you?
Exactly. But I think buying the capsule wardrobes that I select and then sending them out to them, so it's like the full package.
Yes, I see. And then it's delivered to their door.
And then the subscriptions, different things like that. There's so many avenues.
And then it would just be one set price, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think I've got a lot of ideas.
That's really good.
Kind of so many ways to expand it, which is really good. Yeah.
So you're loving it?
Yeah, I do love it.
What would be your advice for anyone who is wanting to do sort of the same thing? Because I feel like the younger generation, loads of people want a business, or like you say, a passion project. I think that's the perfect way to describe it, because so many people do want to do these days. What would be your advice, and especially for our FRA students who are going to go do their FMPs? What would you say?
You just have to do it. And I think you want to set the expectations for it, but not setting them so high like it's going to be a humongous thing, but just setting it like seeing it as your passion and just doing something you really enjoy, and naturally that will just grow. So I think making sure you're doing something that you really, really love.
And what would you say if someone said, I've got no idea why?
I have no idea. I don't know, because I've never known what I'd wanted to do.
Right, okay.
I feel like everyone will always just come across that one thing that they love, and it might not seem like a job at first. Like, these jobs, styling jobs, don't really come across very often, but making something into a job, like is possible for your own business. So just making it into your own thing.
So could you, if you were to tell yourself, so your younger self, before you started this business, what would you tell yourself
today?
Some advice in starting a small business on the side, because starting a business and going full time, that's a big thing. I think these days people do start off small and they have their job on the side. How do you balance that, essentially?
Okay, so I think I wish I did it sooner.
Okay.
So I don't know what would have made me do it sooner, but I think just researching, listening to people in the industry doing the same thing. Like, there's so many people that I really, really love, like Amy Smelt, Odd Muse, Grace Beverley, as I said. Like, people like that are just so important to watch and learn from. So definitely like learning from people, asking for help, and just not setting a big expectation.
Okay.
Like, making sure that it's something you're really, really passionate about.
Yeah. And just learning along the way as well. Like, you can't expect to like make loads of money, and you know, this is completely new to you, and I think it's even great that you've taken the step forward. So you should just be proud you've done that, rather than beating yourself up about all the things that like you had no idea about, because like there must be so many things, like registering the company on...
I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, when it comes to that tax return, I don't know
like,
what I'm doing.
And this is the thing, like, no one talks about these things.
No,
So how are you meant to learn these things?
So hard, I think I definitely need to work on that part of it.
Yeah, you just have to wing it, don't you?
Because it's just not a normal thing. Like, you don't get taught that in school.
No. But you do on podcasts.
Yeah, I do. So I think just always reaching out for that help. Yeah. Asking people for help and not being afraid to.
And having people that you look up to as well, like
definitely.
you say. So would you say Grace Beverley and Amy Smelt are like your two inspirations? That's great.
Yeah, I love
Do you aim to have like a big personal brand like them?
Yeah.
And
I think that's so important. Yeah. Like, if they didn't have that, then
we wouldn't know who they were.
No, exactly. And it just wouldn't be the same. So I think having that, and that was something that I built at the same time as being at college as well. Just building up my personal
your own
brand.
socials,
which was really good at the time, and it's got me so many opportunities within that as well that I can use in my business and personal life and everything like that. So
that definitely helps, having your own little social platform.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, it's hard because some people just don't want to put yourself out there, but you don't have to.
I think that's just the way forward these days, though.
It's just like,
unfortunately, like, if you want to do business, you've got to show your face
and use your opinion. And
literally. Because I think some people, even if they don't they're not interested in your product, but they like you, they will still follow the business. So and you'd say that's your aim.
Yeah, it's so key. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Like, I think nice things are here, like someone just following you to support it, even though you don't know anything about them, but you just want to support them. So it's really nice. Okay.
So let's just go over again your next steps for your business. So have you got anything in the pipeline?
So
what about Christmas? I'm sure that's quite a big styling Christmas parties.
Yeah, exactly. I think definitely bringing out some new packages, more focused on that. And I want to do sort of a gifting idea, so you can gift it to someone as well.
That's really nice,
because I think that'd be a really nice gift to give to someone. Just kind of an experience, because so many, like, I always gift experiences now. I never usually buy things.
People are hard to buy for these days.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so nice to gift someone an experience. So I definitely want to go into that. And then next year I want to work on doing it physically. So sending out these packages to people. And I'd love to do my own designs.
That would be amazing. Hopefully we've just put it out there now, so hopefully that is what's going to happen. What has been your most sort of successful package?
Definitely the capsule wardrobes.
Okay, and was that the aim?
Yes, that was kind of the idea. The event dressing was kind of a thing I just wanted to add on as well. But I would definitely like to push the outfits as well. But I think capsule wardrobes are quite hard for some people to build. And people do struggle to kind of find their style and build, like, what do I actually need to be able to interchange different outfits all the time. So I just love helping people.
So in your mind, who is like your ideal customer? So I take it you don't want to go down the route of like celebrity styling.
No. So just kind of, I don't know, just normal people
who want to be stylish but have no idea where to start. Exactly.
And they just want kind of the luxury of someone doing it for them. But it's a lower price point. you're not spending loads of money, you don't have to go speak to anyone. It's all at home, you can do it in the comfort of your own home. Just normal people.
I think that's great.
Really. Yeah.
No one likes doing anything these days face to face, honestly.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, just doing it.
Okay,
like
so it's been an absolute, you're so glad you did it, basically.
Yeah, really
You
glad.
don't have any regrets?
No.
Okay.
Never regrets.
Well, that is exactly what we want to hear.
That's what you want.
And do you think you never would have done that if you hadn't have done your FMP?
I don't think so. Like, when in a normal situation do you sit down and like try to think of something to come up with? Like, I just don't think of things like that. But yeah, with the time of the FRA, you're given the time to think of something. Yeah,
and I think you're exposed to so much free advice, and like anyone who is doing their FMP or going to do it, if they're like, right, this is going to be a business plan, you have so many teachers that you can ask, and it's like getting real advice. Whereas if you were not here and you were just starting a business randomly, you would never have access to that.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of my tutors at the time was looking at setting up their own beauty subscription. Like, there's so many things that they've either experienced in different roles or that they still want to do. And just being in London is so good. So
really make the use of your surroundings, basically, and the people around you.
Definitely. I wish I had more discussions with people.
Really, is that what you maybe regret?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously half of mine was in lockdown, so I was at home. But yeah, just making sure that I'm talking to everyone. And
sharing your ideas and getting opinions, basically.
It's all really good. Like, good, bad criticism is good. So yeah, things like
having feedback is so important, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, well, I think that is going to be the end of the episode.
Cool.
Thank you so much for joining. This has been such a nice episode. I feel like everyone is going to go off and make their own businesses now. Everyone's FMP is going to be a business. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much
hopefully we can see you again when your business has grown a lot more.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, and we will see you next Friday.